I do have an entourage. I'm Terry Rizzo, the chair of the Palm Beach County Democratic Party, and with me are our state committee man, John Ramos, our state committee man, our vice chair, Dr. Jim Drayton. We are so privileged to be here because today we get to come here and say thank you to Mr. Jim Drayton. We are so privileged to have Mr. Drayton as part of our Democratic Executive Committee. I first met him, I'm relatively new to Palm Beach County, a lot newer than a lot of you, and I first met him about 6 years ago at a meeting at Temple Torah, and that's where I got to know Mr. Drayton for the first time, and I knew immediately that he was a leader, and I've since learned all of the many things that he has done for everybody in the Democratic Party and in the community. We're here to say thank you, Mr. Drayton. We're here to say thank you for founding the Together We Stand Democratic Club. We're here to say thank you for being the co-zone leaders for Zone 3W in West Palm Beach. We're here to say thank you for everything you have done your entire life and being an inspiration to all of us. And on behalf of the officers and the Democratic Executive Committee, we'd like to present this plaque to you that says, awarded to James Jim Drayton, founder and president of Together We Stand Democratic Club and co-zone leader for Zone 3W, with our greatest thanks and appreciation from the officers and members of the Palm Beach County Democratic Party for extraordinary service, dedication, and commitment to the Democratic Party and to the community. Thank you, Mr. Drayton.
Mr. Drayton's going to join them over there. The Democratic Club that Mr. Drayton founded, Together We Stand, we will have some words from them at this time.
I'm Jermaine Richards, Joe Anderson, Joe Anderson Construction, Eric Weiss, and DeAndre Poole. We're members of the Together We Stand Democratic Club. This club has been around for about 6 years, and Mr. Drayton is our founder and president. When we have meetings, it's kind of interesting because for all of us, I think members share my feelings that the meetings are like an education. It's like going to school as far as the information Mr. Drayton shares with us. And we just somehow wish that there was a way that we could more easily soak up some of his wisdom and knowledge more rapidly. And we know he's done so much for the community as a community organizer, but I think of one instance kind of stands out in my mind. Last summer, I was in a Royal Palm Beach, I beg your pardon, the village of Royal Palm Beach community meeting, and it was late. It was summer, and it was late. It was about 9 o'clock. It was dark outside. And I looked up in the meeting, and in walked Mr. Drayton, looking dapper as usual, spry. And behind him was a man half his age, looking bleary-eyed and trying to keep it together. The young man came in and he introduced himself. But he came in and introduced himself and told the people there, the members, about his platform and so on. And the young man did go on to do a darn good job in the polls. I envied this man, this young man, not because of his bleary eyes, but because he had such an opportunity to learn at the feet of one of the best. about what he needed to do to get into politics and to move around. Mr. Drayton had probably dragged him to 10 meetings that night. Okay? I mean, 9 o'clock coming in. Anyway, Mr. Drayton, you are our mentor, our role model, our teacher. We love you. And we want to be like you when we grow up.
Good afternoon, Jim. Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to say, I met Mr. Drayton a number of years ago. I got involved with the Democratic Party and got to meet Mr. Drayton. And say that he was hard, but at the same time, he was caring. He wanted to make sure that I understood some of the challenges and difficulties that he had found in his life and that he still saw going on in our community. And as was said, a teacher he really is. He opened my eyes to situations of his view and what was really unjust, make sure it was just. And he made me understand that it's all of our responsibilities to move forward and make sure that we live up to what our founding fathers believed, that all men are created equal and everybody has the same opportunities in life. And I don't think we can thank you enough. I certainly can't thank you enough. And as somebody who became a member of your club and then went on to form my own club, and left the flock. But Mr. Drayton, as my co-zone leader, you have just been an inspiration, and I'm so privileged to be here. I just want to thank you for all you've done for me personally and for our entire community. Thank you, Mr. Drayton.
Disclaimer, I didn't have anything to do with it, and I didn't know what this was going on, so that was my disclaimer. But I'm reminded of Proverbs 29, chapter 7, verse, and it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And I have rejoiced up under your leadership and your mentorship, and I thank you for all that you have done for me and my family, and together we stand. And thank you for your continued support of our community. Thank you, Mr. Drayton.
To that, I grew up in Pleasant City, and as a kid growing up, I always saw this man in African attire on Northwood Road. And I would go to the post office there. My grandma would check our mailbox. And it wasn't until I got older and moved back here to Palm Beach County after I left Washington, D.C., now University in back. And terrorism gave the information, and it was Jim Drayton's information, and she said, you know, he has this club here, contact him, and I met him at the first Democratic holiday party in Alabama. That was about 4 or 5 years ago, and ever since then I've always been very connected to him. So usually I'm at his house in emails, or we're together as he is with Joe all the time. And I know many of you. He's touched many of you in here, and he's more than just president of the club I belong to. He's more than just a member of the DEC. He's like family, and he makes me feel a part of his family. So, Mr. Drayton, I just want to say thank you for all that you've done for me and for other people, and you are a true jewel of the city, and you are a true jewel in the lives of everyone that has come in contact with you. Thank you so much.
I'm going to bring up Michelle Andrew. She is our secretary for the Florida Democratic Black Caucus, and she has some honorable mentions to make.
Good afternoon. It is my honor to make mention of two individuals who have distinguished themselves by the diligence and hard work. And they don't know that this is going to happen. So, the first person is Roxanne Harris. As Roxanne indicated, she's only been here less than 2 years, and she's shown great hard work and commitment. And so, on behalf of the Florida Black Democratic Caucus, for outstanding achievements, Roxanne Harris is the president of the North County Democratic Club. She's also our recording secretary, and she is also a member of Together We Stand. And we thought it only fitting that we honor her. Yeah, sure. The second individual, who also does not know Dr. DeAndre Poole. Dr. Poole is the vice president of the Palm Beach Democratic Party. He is also the vice president of the Voters League of Palm Beach County, and he is a member of Together We Stand.
We're going to call a good friend of Mr. Drayton, Commissioner Moffitt, to the stage, please.
Hi everyone, I'm Sylvia Moffitt and I'm Commissioner for District 1 in West Palm Beach. And I have had the pleasure of knowing Jim Drayton for about 7 or 8 years, I think. As soon as I became a precinct leader with the DEC, I was told to meet with Jim, who's the zone leader. And as everyone who's spoken before knows, what a wonderful help he's been, and also just the knowledge that he has that he wants to share. So it's been fantastic. One thing that was mentioned, I know that several people mentioned how Jim Drayton was a bank examiner for the New York State Banking Department. I just want you all to know that he's the first black state examiner. So I think that speaks about it. The other thing that's really very, very nice to know about Mr. Drayton is, and it was mentioned before several times, he was a former city commissioner for the city of West Palm Beach. And it's my great honor to present you, Mr. Drayton, with the key to the city of West Palm Beach on behalf of the city commission and the mayor. So I really appreciate all you've done for the city, all you've done for its community, and all you've done for all of us.